There's no one else that can do what I was meant to do because it's mine. I was created for a purpose and it's my calling and I'm the best one at it. And it's amazing and impactful and profitable and passionate and fun and creative. What if you made those your I ams? I am capable. I am enough. I am talented. I am confident. I am deserving. What if you flipped it? You've gotten great at divine working, but what about divine living? Welcome to the Divine Living Podcast. I'm your host, Gina DeVee. You're not alone in wanting more. And here at the Divine Living Podcast, you can expect to be part of conversations from women like us who unapologetically dream big and are obsessed with manifesting our most fabulous lives. The conversation starts now. Today, I want to talk to you about going big with your dreams, big with your thinking, big with visibility, big with your standards, big with your boundaries. Like the bigness of the queen of who you are is meant to shine. I was reading earlier in the Bible this morning when I woke up, rejoined the 5 a.m. club, proud of myself for that. And it's when Jesus was talking about, you don't put a light under a bowl and you put a light up on a table so that it can shine its light and fill the room. And he talked about how we are the light and it is up to us to shine our light in the world. And we weren't meant to be on a dimmer switch. And so I want to remind you that who you are is a creation of God. You are a creation of the Almighty. And God doesn't create mediocre, doesn't create lackluster, doesn't create untalented, doesn't create anyone without a zone of genius, all of that. And I know that society has trained us and taught us and smashed into us that we can't, that we're not good enough, that we're too young, that we're too old, that there's no way that we could fulfill our dream. But none of this is spiritual lesson. None of this is spiritual truth. And to the degree that any longer we live by someone else's rules for us, that's on us. So I want us all to wake up today to the extraordinary opportunity that each and every one of us has to live the epic life. And the epic life means bringing all of you into every area of your business. I'm talking your awesomeness. I'm talking your confidence. I'm talking your realness, your wounds, your vulnerability, your hurts, and just own all of you and love yourself so much that you get out of any kind of princess mentality that there's a certain way you have to be and shrink to be liked or accepted or show up in the world. When you own the totality of you and the bigness of your desires, no longer do women like us need to play it safe by playing it small. That's not where God is. That's not where your desires are. That's not where your big expanded expression is. And it's just not who you are. That's the thing. Who you are is big, extraordinary, gorgeous, outrageous, interesting, unique, and has something so individual that no one else has ever done or will inside of you. Like, really get that. I know we talk about it a lot, but I don't believe that enough women own it enough. No one else has your fingerprints. No one else ever had or ever will. No one else has your life experience, your talent, your ability to overcome, your uniqueness. And so I want you to love yourself up so much. I want you to be there for you. I get it. I get the people in your family that weren't there. I get society that told you you weren't good enough or that the big stuff is only meant for other people. I get maybe the people in your current industry aren't even, treating you with the level of respect or inclusion that you want them to. None of it matters. The only thing that matters is what God says about you. And in connection, what you say about yourself. So when you go for the divine, you will be dazzled. And that's what I know lights you up. That's what I know you came here for. Not just what you were looking around on social media and seeing what someone else did to get a little bit of success and, kind of wring your hands and be like, gee, maybe I could do that too. That is boring. It is boring and it is robbing everything from your bank account to your soul's mission. And I'm here to fill you up in every department, in every account. I want your love tank filled. I want your bank account filled. I want your creativity and expression filled and your confidence account filled. Like, let's just fill you up. And you get filled up by remembering who you really are, that you are a child of God, filled with greatness. And life doesn't go the way we have been told. Like, we seem to think that like some people got lucky, that there's this straight line to success. Oh, and PS, that everything has to make sense. Like, it's supposed to be practical and probable and predictable. And it's also supposed to happen instantaneously. It's not how it happens. It's not how it happens at all. And to the degree that any of us are going to be blinded by a princess mentality about life or success or what your calling is and what you're meant for, you're going to miss out. And you're too smart for that. And you're too gorgeous for that. And you're too talented for that. And you're meant for too big of a mission than that. But if we don't get what I was reading in a Joel Osteen book this morning, if you don't get your I am right, he says it'll keep you from your destiny. So if you say, I am not enough, if you say, I'm scared to go live on Instagram, I'm confused, I'm stuck, I'm struggling, I don't have the time, it will keep you from your destiny. And what if you flipped it? What if you just decided to see yourself the way God sees you? What if you decided to love yourself just a fraction of the amount that God loves you? What if you decided to believe in yourself? What if as you got that idea of that offer you wanted to put out in the world or the content that you wanted to create or the expression on Instagram, what if you just said yes? What if you just said yes? What if you just chose to believe I'm perfect for my calling? There's no one else that can do what I was meant to do because it's mine. I was created for a purpose and it's my calling and I'm the best one at it. And it's amazing and impactful and profitable and passionate and fun and creative. What if you made those your I ams? I am capable. I am enough. I am talented. I am confident. I am deserving. What if you flipped it? Because when we do that, there's a whole vibration that you step into. When you get into your bliss, when you get into your power, when you get into, and you don't even have to know what your purpose is, by the way. You don't even have to know the hows. There's a process that I'm going through right now where, and I'll talk more about this another time, but where there's a lot of endings, a lot of end of era stuff. And like I said, I'm going to go through my process a lot more in depth later, but with the end of the era, there's been these glimmers of what's coming, even though like I've really challenged myself to be like, okay, well, if this is ending, then what? Like, I haven't gone into then like, well, how's my life going to work? And what's this going to look like? I've just gotten to a place of surrender. And the new things that have been coming in, they're whispers. And rather than doubt them, judge them, think that I was crazy, assume that it wasn't really a God voice, I've just been going with yes, yes, yes. What if you did just try going live on Instagram? What if you did just say yes to sharing more about your personal story in that post? What if you just saw yourself as experiencing the highest level of whatever your version of greatness is, and you just said yes to it? And then the steps that you'll find you're led to take, they're doable. and they're clear and they're fun. It's like, it's not the grind that we have been taught. We have to do all this stuff that we don't like because now we're adults. It's so boring. So boring. I'm not here to be bored. Like, we're adults. This should be the time of our life, not this just go through the motions and do the work and go to bed on time and eat your broccoli and like all just like work out like like all the responsible stuff. I'm not saying don't do those things. I'm saying let your life be so much bigger that if you're doing those things, that there's so much more pizzazz and dazzle and flamboyance going on as well. That's what I'm here to say. And for you to just get your best days are ahead of you. And that every action that you take, as long as you're connected with God, and don't get like all little Miss Perfect over this, like, you'll know you're with God if there's flow, if you're passionate. You could even be a little scared, be like, really? This is what's next? Just get better at saying yes. And as certain doors close or certain people walk out of your life or certain, I don't know, clients don't sign up, bless them and move on, because you have no idea what you don't know. You have no idea what's around the corner. You have no idea what opportunities are there and all the other doors that will fling open. I remember when I first moved to California, I was going to law school, again, a whole nother story. And I was living in an apartment with some roommates. And it was one of those sort of like square apartment buildings with like a courtyard in the middle where you could like look up and see the sky, because it's like California was like that. And so when you would come in like the front glass door, then you would go to your unit. And I remember I came in one time and I was having a really, really rough time in law school. My soul was like dying daily there. And the door shut behind me. And this bird flew in from the sky, and it was going towards the glass door. And it kept flying into the glass door because it looked like it was the direction it was supposed to go in. And then it would like drop to the ground, and then it would like pick itself back up, and it would like fly into the door and drop into the ground. And I wanted to be like, bird, if you just look up, there's like a whole sky, like there's a whole life for you, like go the other way. And it kept, and finally it just didn't get up one of those times. And I knew that was an indication for me at law school. And it's been a very poignant visual ever since then. When we keep knocking in to the doing the same thing, and or the same person or the same group or the same funnel or like whatever it is the same thing is, and we're not letting the bigness of life embrace us, usually all it takes on our end is look up. Look up. Look what else is possible, what else is available. Not every strategy you're going to try in business is going to work. And it's going to work for other people. And when it doesn't work for you, it doesn't mean that you're less talented or you're not meant to be successful. It means you're meant to look up, look inside your heart, look to your source, look to what else is possible. Because usually, as big thinking as we think we are, God's so much bigger, so much better, so much more abundant, so much more fun, so much better than your best ideas. So give yourself the permission to just get way out of the box, way out of status quo. If this pandemic has not taught us anything other than it is time to reimagine our lives and get bigger in our thinking and get so much more boisterous about this amazing life that we have. You know, so many people have always lived their lives, but particularly recently. Like, if you've got one, I love what Real Talk Kim says, like, if you got a pulse, God's got a plan for you. God's not done with you yet. So let's use these days and our lives and our hours exquisitely. And if life's gotten a bit boring and a bit mundane, stop, pray, journal, ask, look up, and go in a different direction. Because here's what I know for sure. What I know for sure is that you are a masterpiece. What I know for sure is your best years are ahead of you if you choose for them to be and not behind you. What I know for sure is that God's greatness doesn't stop with any person. So that greatness is living in you. And don't be the one to block the flow of it. Be willing to see how good are you willing to let life get? Like, how passionate are you willing to let yourself, like, what level of passion are you willing to let yourself experience? How much play are you going to let in? Are you going to make this business that you're trying to start so boring, like it's just another job for yourself? Like, getting into the feminine adventure and those glory states where you're not bored and you're not depressed and you're not doubting and you're not lacking anything, including confidence. And then you'll find if you're just open to noticing the serendipitous moments, if you're just open to seeing what miracles could show up for you, what shift in perception, what new person might you meet, what new client might you attract, what new mentality or idea might you come up with if you weren't so attached to the fear and the grind and all and forcing you to be this person or do the things that you don't like doing anyways. I did that so much in business. I thought, well, other people are successful with it. I don't know what I'm doing. I'd hand over my power, think I had to do all this stuff that I didn't like doing, that I wasn't good at. And then when some of the things didn't work out as well as I wanted them to, I like made myself wrong. There's nothing wrong with you. You are absolute perfection. The only thing that might be limiting your experience of joy and prosperity and contribution and success at the level that you desire is to the degree that you are limiting yourself and not letting your full self play out all of the beautiful pieces of you. And, I think we all consider ourselves fairly spiritual people, and yet I find it amazing what God has to do to get my attention. I don't know about you. And usually that's some form of a door closing, the faucet turning off, the money going down to a trickle. Whatever it is for you, you'll know. But just know God's just looking to get your attention because of how loved you are, how needed you are, and how amazing life is in this next iteration. So allow your next level calling to come in. Allow for the bigness of you to really be able to shine. Allow for your life to literally be like, oh my gosh, it could get this good. These pinch me moments, this like, really me? And then it starts to become, yes, of course. And not from a entitled perspective, from such gratitude, just because you know who your maker is. And that's the way you are designed, and that's the way you're loved, and that's the way life was actually meant to be. Not all this boring stuckness, chaos, strife, struggle, smallness. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You get to say no to that today, Queen. You get to step into the big time and the big league and the big glory and the bigness of you. And that's what I take a stand for. That's what I see in you. And I know it might have been a long time since someone else saw it in you, or it might have been a long time since you even saw it in you. You can't expect someone else to do more for you than you're willing to do for yourself. So take this invitation today, this act of courageousness. And I want you to just close your eyes and see yourself in all your glory. See yourself in the absolute biggest expression that can come up in your mind's eye right now. Own it. Claim it. Dance with it. Have fun with it. And say yes to the bigness that lives in you. And that includes the spirit that is in you, but not of you. So let us pray. Dear God, thank you. Thank you for loving us when we couldn't love ourselves or didn't love ourselves. Thank you for creating us with such greatness, even though sometimes we're the last to know or see it. Thank you for not giving up on us, even when we got mad at you or gave up on our own dreams. And thank you for this collective moment that together we all get to plug in to the real spirit of you, where there is no lack, there is no limitation, there is no man-made rule that can keep us from the destiny that you have planned for us. And so we drop all of the fears and the excuses and the reasons why we thought it couldn't happen. And in this moment, we simply seek you. We look up to your guidance and we say, I am capable of fulfilling the calling that you have designed for me. Did you love the episode as much as I did? I hope so. I hope that you're feeling filled up and that all your dreams are possible and that you absolutely have what it takes to do this. And I am here for you. I'm here on your journey. And I just want to make sure that you are constantly supported with all things queen, high vibe, positivity, spiritual superpowers, and all the things. So if you have not already gotten in on the free companion course to my book, my book is The Audacity to Be Queen, The Unapologetic Art of Dreaming Big and Manifesting Your Most Fabulous Life. You can get my book. I'll leave the link in the show notes. But I also have a free companion course. Whether or not you get the book, this course is meant to just support you with really taking a look at who you are and how you can get to where you want to go. So you can check it out at divineliving.com/audacity, divineliving.com/audacity. That link will be in the show notes as well. Like I said, it's completely free. There's videos, there's workbooks, there's a Facebook group. So get in on this good free content, share the link with your friends, and enjoy. All right, my beautiful. I hope that you have loved this episode and it has been a blessing in your life. And if you could use a little extra love and support in sisterhood, I want to invite you to join me in my global community in the Audacity to Be Queen free companion course. This is completely free. And when you go to divineliving.com/audacity, you're going to get meditations, you're going to get videos, you're going to get workbooks, you're going to get Q&A call replays with me. It's just a whole bunch of positive programming completely for free. I want to make sure that you have this love in your life. So go get it now at divineliving.com/audacity.